is up, PK family? My name's Nonstop Parkour, and today I got a tutorial for you on the aerial. I shouldn't even need to really say it because it's in the title, but whatever. Let's see some examples, and let's get to it. Oh wait, a quick disclaimer. I'm not a gymnast. It's just the way I as a free runner do it, and it's not exactly the wrong way. If you think of it from a free runner's perspective, it's just a different way. But now, let's see some examples. Now this flip requires like a lot of hip mobility and a lot of actual ankle flexibility. So the first thing we're gonna do is stretch. So let's go inside. Wow. So the first stretch is just simply like calf dips or ankle dips. I don't know, whatever, these. Just like going down and yeah. Just stretching out your ankle as well as your calves and whatnot. Then just do calf dips, ow, or calf raises. So like this. That's a good way to warm up your ankles so that you minimize the chance of you hyperextending your ankle or anything in your leg when you do this move. Let's get on to the next stretch. These next two stretches are going to focus on your hips, like opening up your hips so that you don't pull anything when you do the aerial. You're going to have the wall to the side of you, so not in front of you, to the side. And then you're just gonna put your hand on it for stability, and then you want to try to swing your foot as high as you can without leaning your upper body back, and then you want to try to swing it back as far as you can without leaning your whole upper body back. Because if you start leaning this way and that way, you're not really stretching anything and you're just cheating it. So, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, good stretch. Heck yeah. And then obviously, just do both sides so it's all even. This next one, you're going to be facing the wall. You're not going to be on the side of the wall. You're going to be facing above. So that means you can put both of your hands on it for stability. And what you want to do is just try to get one leg, swing it as far up into the side as possible, and then other way. It's very important that you don't open up your chest this way, so like this, because then that's not really stretching out. Keep your chest facing towards the wall, so that you're really actually opening up the side of your hips. So, yeah. After you did that and you warmed up a bit, did your jumping jacks, now we're ready to start the flip. Okay, so for those of you who are new to the channel, the way I break up tutorials is in 3 steps. First, the technique, which I'm about to explain. Second, the fear of the move, like how scared you are, and then how to overcome the fear. And then third of all, common things people do wrong and how to correct it. But yeah, that's just a heads up. Let's get to the technique. For this specific move in aerial, I see more people do it the way that I'm about to explain to you, which is kind of a skip step. I just kind of made up that term. It's where you do, for example, since I go right, left, right, right, left. So I do a skip. So yeah, for like the third and second last step, you use the same foot, and then for the final last step, you use your other foot. I suggest this method because it'll make sure that you don't travel too much, and if you travel too much, that's just taking away height, which you want a lot of when you do any type of flip. When you do those last 2 steps, you want to think about having your chest up high, your arms up high, and then the way I think of it is dropping your chest down low, and as you're dropping your chest down, you're bending this leg, you're bending your last takeoff leg, and you're bringing your arms down like this. But once you feel like you've gotten as low as you can, then you're going to start driving your second last leg up, so like this. And then as you're driving that leg up, you're just driving everything up. So you're bringing your arms up, well, like you're trying to elbow someone right above you, and then you're bringing your chest up. And then as you're bringing your whole body up, you want to think about straightening this last takeoff leg. So that looks like this. I highly recommend just doing this small progression, just feeling it out so that you just know how the takeoff will feel. So skip step, up high, down low, drive the leg up. Now an aerial, if you want to be extremely technical, is a 180 front flip kind of, because you're facing this way originally, like your takeoff is like this, and then you do a half, and then you land with your facing the opposite way that you took off. So yeah, when you run at this, you want to be facing forward. You don't want to be like trying to cheat it with your body to the side, or else you kind of just throw your whole body to the ground. You want to be facing forward, down, then up. And then do the kind of 180 twist, like when you're in the air, not too early. And after that, you've driven all of your momentum into the air. It's basically a commitment issue, whether you can keep yourself from reaching to the ground, because I'll be honest, when I do my very first aerials, I get a little scared when I'm upside down because I don't drill aerials a lot, and I end up putting my hands down and then just go into a cartwheel. But that is also a really good thing, because that means it's a really easy move to bail out of without getting hurt. Now when you are almost completely over, so like this, you want to try to get your foot completely under you. Pretend my left foot isn't on the ground, it's in the air still. You want to have your foot all the way under you so that you can step out. Obviously, gravity is a thing, so if you have your foot all the way out here, you're going to fly like this, and then you won't be beautiful. So keep driving that foot all the way around until your foot is completely under your whole body. And yeah, for the technique of this move, that's just about it. It's not a very complex move, but it is just as difficult as any other move. And this segues us to the second part of the tutorial, overcoming the fear of the move. Now, as I said before, the scariest part of this move is just not putting your hands down. And the first way to just get over that fear of going upside down is actually putting your hands down. So I recommend drilling a buttload, and I mean a buttload, of cartwheels, just so that you're comfortable with the motion. Yeah, just a cartwheel. Okay? A couple things to keep in mind when you're doing your cartwheel: try not to use your hands as much as you would just trying to do a regular cartwheel, since you want to work up to an aerial. Think about keeping your legs straight, and think about getting most of the flip, most of the movement from your feet, instead of like having to push off with your hands. And then the next progression is doing some one-handed cartwheels. So that looks like this. You can do really either hand. I would just test both hands just so that you're comfortable. The next thing is to kind of do just a regular cartwheel, except try to not put your hands down for as long as possible. And then once you do all of those progressions, it's just a matter of getting some balls, even if you are a girl, and not putting your hands down. But yeah, hopefully those progressions really helped. They helped me a lot when I worked on my aerial. And we're actually going to be doing similar progressions to that when we learn the A-twist, which will be in like a couple days or something like that. That's all the progressions I have to help you overcome the fear. So let's move on to the next part of the tutorial, which is common things people do wrong and how to correct it. Okay, so the first common thing people do wrong is cheating the 180 twist. So as I said earlier, you should be facing forward and then driving all of your momentum in the air, and then once you're actually in the air, that's when you do the half twist and then face the other way. What I see people sometimes do, and they usually don't land it, is they cheat the twist by already starting sideways. And if you start sideways like this, then the main thing that impacts is your leg drive, which is what gives you most of the flip, because that's just a lot of momentum. If you start sideways, it just means that you won't be able to drive as hard with this leg. So the way I think of it is try kicking straight behind you, so like this. So just like that. Think about how much power and momentum you can get. Just like I'm already going forward a bit, like starting the flip a bit just from doing that. Now try to just kick straight to the side, not like this, but really trying to kick with the side of your foot, so like this. If you notice, it's a lot harder just because you're used to kicking like this more instead of like this. So really focus on staying forward when you do it, driving up, straight behind you, and then doing the half twist. The next and probably the biggest thing that people do wrong is just travel too much. And I'll admit I do this sometimes. The goal for an aerial is to kind of duck your head down, bring it up, and then your head should be on in the same place the whole time when you're doing the flip. I don't think I really do this. I travel a bit, and that's something I'm working on. But if you're traveling so much to the point where you can't land it, that'll be quite a problem. And the reason you would be traveling is if you try doing the flip too early. So instead of taking your time, ducking your chest down, then bring it back up, you would be just kind of throwing your chest forward and not bringing it back up. That's what would make you travel really forward, really far. So the main thing to correct if you are kind of traveling too much when you try to attempt it, focus on taking your time on the takeoff. Have your chest up, chest down, and then back up. And the last thing is not a very hard problem to correct. The last thing is just not preparing. So like not stretching, so you're not flexible, not that flexible or warmed up enough. And then that could be really bad because that could cause you to injure yourself on one of your attempts or just pulling a muscle or something like that. I'll admit, I've pulled this muscle right here from doing aerials before. But yeah, that's my aerial tutorial. I don't know, that's it. I never know how to end tutorials. I hope this helped. If it did, you should like ring that notification bell button because I'm gonna be having an A-twist tutorial soon, and because I'm about to do one more aerial for you guys. Just because, like, yeah, I'm nice like that. So let's see that aerial. Did you ring it? Did you ring the notification bell button? Because I did that aerial just for you. Just for you. Yeah, you. Yeah. You may think I'm just saying you to a camera, but no. I know you're wearing a skin. And if you didn't ring that notification bell button, I'm not gonna do anything because I'm just on the computer, but I'm gonna be very sad. You don't want a sad non-stop parkour because that's a sad parkour. Anyway, oh my god, that was a stupid outro. Yeah, comment other tutorials you want. Obviously, I'll have an A-twist tutorial after you guys pretty soon. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. PK person out. Yeah.